Taufik. I come from Indonesia. I'm 21 years old. Currently, I'm studying in Atmajaya University in Informatics and Engineering field. So, in this episode, this is my first video to do something like this, and I hope this video can bring an entertainment for all of us. This episode, I bring a special guest to give us some introduction about our topic, which is I will describe it later. Please welcome. Okay, what's your name?
My name is Hendra.
Okay, Hendra. So today I will ask you about some question regarding the school. When you was young, as a student, you have a problem in your school?
Yes, when I was a student, I was shy to talk with other people.
Okay, as we can see, some people have a problem with this kind of shyness or talking with other people. I will try to use a drawing picture animation to help me describe and explain the reason and how to solve this problem.
Today I want to tell you something about education. Either as a teacher or as a student, you might have realized that there are some of the students that is passive to interact in the class. I noticed this fact since I was an elementary student. Sometimes I even do the same thing when I dislike the material or just dislike the teacher. You will become more passive to interact with that class. But that might be not the only case. For example, in an English class where you need to speak a language which is not your mother tongue, you feel anxious even though you know it is an important subject and you don't know what to do. English is the most spoken language with 339 million speakers in 2015 by Ethnologue SIL International. English may not be the most spoken language in the world, but it is the official language in a large number of countries. For example, England, Australia, South Africa, and Singapore. Many things such as books and videos are published and produced in English, as well as a half of the content that is produced by the internet. Therefore, learning English will open up some new opportunities for other job prospects and knowledge that will be useful for your living. Despite of the fact, some students in countries that do not use English as their native language may still find it hard to speak their mind in English. Even English already used by a lot of people and get a second place as the most spoken language, English can still be considered as hard language to learn. Students might lose their interest before they really get into it and ignore the importance of English. That is why I want to make this video to help and encourage students that have the same problem to become better and bring back their interest. Especially in Indonesia where I come from, English subject is learned just by the textbook. Most of the materials are about writing and about grammar. From a test done by EF English Center for Adults, they found a problem that people who pass the test in writing still cannot speak properly and do conversation in English as well as they do in writing. This result also born from social culture in Indonesia. When speaking or having conversation in English, people tend to think them as bragging, arrogant, or just trying to be stylish. People will judge you even by just saying "How are you" in English. Several teachers and lecturers in either school or university have tried a different approach to solve this problem. The main purpose is to make the students as a primary actor of the class and make them speak up front. This will be a good practice for conversation and learning than the conventional method. But these curriculums face a new problem that only a few of the students are active in the class. The teachers and lecturers are struggling to make the quiet ones to speak up. On my research, there are 3 aspects that prevent them to do a public speaking in front of the class. First is poor planning. People who succeed in public speaking also practice more than the one who have fear of public speaking. This is because they experience the anxiety while they are practicing. and because of that, they try to make it disappear. This also makes them more prepared than the one who have not practiced before. Without good preparation, they will not have enough confidence to speak in front of the class. Second, negative self-talk. For example, negative self-talk is like everyone is judging me, or I need to be perfect, or I'm afraid that I will freeze and get stuck. People think that when they are speaking in public, the audience is hanging on every word they say. They imagine, see, and think about the worst case of the scenarios. This is the hardest problem to fight on when speaking in public. Third, past failures. People who tend to be passive in English class may be active in other subjects, because they may have failed before in some points when speaking in English. The most common cause of the failures is that they do not have enough vocabulary to represent the sentence in English. Therefore, even they clearly know what they want to say in front of the class, it just cannot be translated properly. This failure will unconsciously tell themselves that they will fall again at any point of the time when they are speaking in English. These three aspects actually connected with each other. Each aspect will lead to another aspect as a result. Situation. As a student, you need to know which aspects lead you to the pit, because you are the one who knows yourself the best. Overall, there are some tips that you can do to make yourself feel better when speaking English in public. I will not say obvious stuff which is just a reverse from the aspects that I've told before, like you need to do more practice or preparations. Of course, doing more practice, planning and preparations does make you more confident and helpful. But there may be a type of student that still cannot push themselves to grow in front of the class after what they have done because of psychological aspect. Here are some tips about what you have to do that maybe can help you to be free from the cause. First, do not compare yourself. Everyone have their own pace to learn something and it may be different with the others. You don't need to compare yourself, but you do have to learn something from them and make them as your rival. Imagine that there is a fat man who went to gym to build his own body. There may be some people who laugh at him, but do not you see the spirit? Is it something to laugh for? No, you should not feel impressed when you want to improve yourself. Second, experience the failure. You don't know for sure what you're lacking of before you try it. That is why you need to experience the failure to improve yourself. You begin to learn the important things you could not see before. If you can learn to take failures and never accept the defeat, you will inevitably take up the challenge to fight back even stronger. Because of this simple shift in mindset, failure can be a chance for people to be better. Third, get out from your comfort zone. Comfort zone is a behavioral space where your activities and behaviors fit a routine and pattern that minimize stress and risk. Stepping outside of the comfort zone is an important thing and almost universal factor in a personal growth. How can we expect to evolve in ourselves and careers we only stick to habit and routine? As a child, we are a natural risk taker, but as we get older and learn to fear failure, we start holding ourselves back and attempting pure new things. Taking risks is what helps us to grow. Most of the aspect does not come from the teachers, but teachers do have a chance to produce them. As a teacher, you need to act as a supportive role to encourage the student. So what you can do as a teacher to do this? First, you need to think about group work more carefully. Most of the teachers have done the group method before, but we need to think more of the content and the inside of the group. It may seem like a good idea to place the hardworking quiet student with the loud one, but asking them to work together could be a disaster. The louder student may dominate the conversation and the thoughts of the quiet one cannot be heard. Try to group them based on their role. For example, a group of quiet for the shy student and a loud group for the activists in the class. This could be an example of the solution that teachers can do to help the students to improve. second, we need to praise their mistakes. It is so easy to reward the louder and extrovert one and miss the quiet students. Do not just say you are interested in what your students think, but show them that you really are. Comment positively about students' contribution and reinforce good points by summarizing them. Also praise their improvements, even if it is a small one. It is good to have a progress even if it is a little. Third, try to confuse them. A daily routine is the enemy of stimulation. Give students something that gets them a little bit changed, like playing a game, or just having them leaving the classroom, or even just rearranging the desk to face the back of the room. Because this kind of confusion will lead to some questions, interests, and more of talking.
Okay, so Hendra, after all the explanation that I have done, do you think it will help you in some ways?
Yes.
Which part do you like it the most?
I like it when you should get out from your comfort zone.
Okay, so thank you for your opinion. You may leave the stage. Thank you. We have come to an end for our video in this episode. Special thanks for Hendra Gunawan as my guest, and Leo Wirasantolaya for helping me to edit the video. For the animation, I'm using VideoScribe, a software which is help you to do the animation of drawing picture. And also thank you for you who watched this video. Don't forget to leave a like when you like the video, and bye bye.